Your buddy Rick, he was joking, but he said he wasn't sure what you were thinking early in the year with Chris Livingston after he looked at the stat sheet from tonight. I know he's a guy you've wrestled with, sort of how to use him all year. How has that process gone, and how rewarding is it now to see him figure it out?
There's no one on this. He reminds me a little bit of Shea, like really smart, cares like too much, was listening to too many voices, and building your confidence. He was doing it in practice, and then you got to have a demonstrated performance in the game. And, you know, he's now that guy. Now, part of it, CJ's out, but the way he's playing now, people coming back are going to be fighting for minutes too because he needs to be on the court. But he's not the only one. He's building his own self-esteem, his own confidence. Antonio did it today late in the game. I told him, man, you got to be the guy with 3 minutes to go. You're making a dagger shot. You're making dagger free throws. You can't. Kaysen, he's not making shots, but he's doing so many other things to play well. And even Oscar's building his confidence. And you might say, well, wait a minute. Yeah, he had a knee operation. He was out 4 weeks. He should have been out 6 weeks. So we're just coming into our own. Jacob's doing some good stuff. How about Adu? Again, like Adu, he's just getting it done. He comes up with balls. He is so tough physically. And I'm going to tell you, and I've said it to him, he's going to be a guy that has a major impact on college basketball. He will. You watch. And I think he's still growing, by the way. I think he grew an inch since he's been here. Yeah.
John, early in the year you talked about how you thought this was going to be a really good defensive team. Is today and the last few games starting to look like what you imagined?
Not in the second half. And Rick is a great coach. And obviously, you know, he's a great friend. But they went to a weave, and all they were doing is dribble drive. So they said, forget all this screening and all this other. They're fighting us. So now we're just going to space the court and try to dribble drive. And we'll make threes and fade screens and all that. They totally changed how they played. The thing that bothered me is 2 inbound passes. Instead of breaking free, we had a guy say, just throw it here. Just throw it. You can't. We work every day on getting open. And you don't get open by going like that. And we did it twice to start the half and gave them a chance and gave them life. But when we needed to make a basket, we did. So it was good. Yes.
Cal, Kaysen goes about 33 minutes without making a turnover there for a stretch. What does that say about his focus?
Who's that?
Kaysen Wallace, and the way he's kind of grown into this point guard role.
Didn't make a shot in what?
Well, he made some shots. He went 33 minutes without a turnover in the middle of the game there.
Yeah, and they're a team that turns you over. Now, how many turnovers did we have up there? We had 19. And he had a bunch of them. And so, yeah, he's getting better. He was ready to play. He hasn't been good in afternoon games. No, what's the next level up to that? And I reminded him, this team needs everybody. You have to be ready to play. You can't come in and foul twice and then sit no. And he's such a great kid, and he takes all the shots I throw at him, and it doesn't faze him. He knows I care about him. I love him. So, he's a better shooter than he's shooting right now. We missed free throws down the stretch. Come on. We're a good free throw shooting team. Again, where's that? That's mental then. That's the part of we may lose. No, you only think about winning. You refuse to lose. And that's all we're riding right now. Yes.
What did you like, what you saw from your team in that first half to build that halftime lead?
I didn't know the halftime lead because I didn't look at the clock or the scoreboard until I got in at halftime. What I liked was, and I'm trying to get my team to play that way. Forget about score. Just play. You can't be playing for result. Just play. And what I liked was how we defended and how we rebounded. We out-rebounded them by 8. You understand, in the country, they're like the best. They're +8 rebounding. and we ended up being +8 in the first half. So they're tough, they're physical. They got good guards. They got guys out. So do we. But they got guys out, and those guys really make them better. TV guys. Go ahead.
You mentioned stacking wins, refusing to lose. Do you feel like these couple wins here are going to be enough to get you going through? It's a tough stretch here in the rest of the season with Auburn.
Yeah, I said this, and I'm trying. You win a game, I don't want it to come across, but talking us out of the NCAA tournament does not work. You either play yourself in or you play yourself. So people talking and are done, and I just said, look, don't listen to it. I told our fans in that building, we lead the nation in attendance. We lead the nation in attendance. And our fans in that game helped us win that game. And so all I'm saying to them, don't listen to all the garbage. And if you hear it, turn it off, turn your computer off, and just have good thoughts about this team. Because this team is trying, they're fighting, they're great kids. And I've said all along, we were going to break through. We've had 2 losses that you would like to have back. We've had other games, really the first game. But you know what? None of that matters now. Everything is us going forward. And so we have a tough game. We got road games, 2 tough road games. We got 2 tough home games. Play the games. Let's see how we are. Let's see if we get healthy. Let's see if we get better. Yes.
John, you only took 8 threes. Was that the game plan?
Who did?
You did. You only took 8 3-pointers. Was that your game plan to drive the ball on them, try to get it
Well,
inside?
much of the game, we had Adu and Chris. They're okay 3-point shooters. And Kaysen, who went 0 for 8 last game, how did he do this game? So he's 0 for 11. Would you tell him to shoot more threes? So you take what they give you, and you take the shot you can make. So Antonio made 1 or 2, but you know what? We're just trying to, what is the team giving us? We'll take what they give you. And if that means we're shooting 25, 33s, we will. We've done it. If that means we shot, we're only 3 for 8. That's like a UMass team. That's truly refused to lose.
John, how are you?
Hey, Hoops, how are
Good
you?
to see you, pal. You hold a team under 40, it really tends to help you at both ends of the floor. I mean, tonight in the first half, it was noticeable. You get the ball, and they're out of position more often than not because you guys know how to push it up the floor.
And we're trying really hard to get it ahead, but what was happening, it was driving me crazy. Our wings refused to come back and catch the ball. They just kept drifting to the corners, so we couldn't throw it ahead. And we want to throw it ahead, look to the post, swing the ball so we can just play. And we didn't do it. But you're right. If you defend, you got to rebound. And you rebound, you're going to get some stuff out. You'll get some open threes. You get some, we're playing Oscar a little bit different now because they were just sitting 3 guys on him. So now we're playing him inside, but we're also playing him outside. We're putting him at the elbows. We're putting him in the corners. We're just, he's shooting the ball better. How about late in the game, we went to him to shoot free throws. I had one guy on my shoulder. He didn't want, this guy, they missed 2. So we'll throw it to Oscar. He'll go make them. And, but it's, we have to be that tough team, the 50-50 balls, the rebounds, and we've got to play with the spirit. I keep telling them, at this time of the year, you got to have more fun than the other team. You have to have more fun than the other team. You got to be enjoying playing. And I told them, your whole life you've enjoyed basketball. I know we had the 96 and 98, 97 teams in there. They know what this is to go lose a home game or lose a game or lose 2 or lose to Mississippi at home, first time in 30. They know. No one else has gone through that except those guys and our guys and my teams in the past. So I just said, you got to enjoy this stuff. Enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. Now, I'm coaching during the game, and I'm holding them accountable, especially stuff we're teaching. But, this is a good team. And like I said, we got tough games coming up. How many do we have left? We got 4. They just told me Florida was the next game. I didn't even know. Said, where do we play next? They said Florida. I said, okay, guys, practice Monday and Tuesday, and we'll leave Tuesday to go to Florida. So, but this league it's hard games. Go ahead.
John, you mentioned Adu's toughness. I know he got beat a couple times on defense, made some mistakes, but does he have, for lack of a better term, a little bit of a longer leash because of those intangibles, or is that a function of missing 2 guys?
Yeah, well, you're missing 2 guys, and he had to wait his turn, and that's hard. Ugana waiting his turn, really hard. How about Lance today? Lance was a big part of this game, and I loved the fact that the fans were going nuts for him. I mean, that's what we should be having. That, not the other stuff. And so Adu's one of those guys. I had to leave him in because Antonio had 2 fouls. And then I played Antonio with 2 fouls a little bit, and then I went back to him. But Kaysen played 37 minutes. Chris played 30-whatever minutes. So we're playing a lot of minutes, but I'll tell you, they never stopped fighting. They fought the whole time. Thanks. Have a nice Saturday.